Believe it or not, it's been a month since we've had an ILR race. It's been a very long time, but we haven't lost it. We're back. It's finally time to get ILR 2020 underway with the last 4 races of Season 6. We start with ILR8, Mexico Grand Prix, round 18 here. I'm the commentator Owen Wyatt as usual, and welcome along everybody. Hope you've all enjoyed the break, but it's time to get this title fight sorted out because we've got the 2 teammates, the 2 Alfa Romeos out there looking to strike some crucial blows today in the championship fight. It's only 2 points between the top 2. Straw Blonde on top on 200 points and Splinter behind on 198. It's nearly as close as it can get, and so I'm very much looking forward to see how these two will get on as Mr. John gets his chicanes drawn. That's something you'll see quite a lot today, I reckon. The chicanes are going to be a tough one to crack, I imagine. Welcome everyone who's joining in. Hope you're all looking forward to the race and the races. Tonight, of course, we have got we've got 8 tiers, but remember ILR 2 and 3 don't exist, so we've actually only got 6 tonight. But still, it's quite a lot, so we'll be looking forward to all them. But Straw Blonde has set the first time of the day. Else behind now on the soft compound tyres, as are a few others, so we should see some faster times coming in. Camo Babo currently top at the moment. Right then, so while these early times come in, I have usual notes to go over, so let's do that, shall we? Jacko kindly giving me notes again. First things first, Pro Opa has changed his PSN. And he wants to make a big point here, Propa, of getting me to pronounce it. So when he comes out of the pits, we'll try and pronounce this. He wants to make a big deal of it, and so I shall make a big deal of it. But you need to come out of the frickin' pits first. It doesn't really work the same when you aren't, on track. You know what I mean? But let's find someone on a lap. Murdoch's on a lap on the mediums. Interestingly, that's a very interesting call. He's also derating quite a lot. But yeah, 17th, invalid time as well. Odd that. I'm surprised he got people out on the mediums, honestly, and there's a bollard's gone. Daniil, probably doing that all on purpose, frankly. But anyway, while we wait for our man to come out of the pits, let's do the other notes. Moras has had to leave the league, unfortunately, so we thank him for his time here. I hope he's enjoyed it anyway. We've certainly enjoyed it. Certainly enjoyed having him around. But he's now been replaced by Gaming King. You can see him down there in 13th place in the Racing Point. So good luck to Gaming King on the full seat. He's certainly shown some good pace this season, so we'll be looking forward to seeing how he does. And we've now got 2 new reserves in the form of Arnold and Kong Hoffner. Hope I've said that right. Sounds right. Right, ones to watch as well. Jacko, as usual, does these. And it is the 2 drivers at the top of the championship, the 2 teammates who we'll be focusing on for today, Splinter and Straw Blonde. Chris, the driver in form, who is Straw Blonde, and he'll be looking to pull away from his teammate, who is looking to bridge the gap. It's a very small gap, very meaningful gap though. Straw Blonde took over the lead in the last race, I believe, so he'll be looking to strike back quickly. And here is Frenagamo out of the pits. There you go. First time trying to say it. That is Propa. I promise you it is. Was it Frenagamo? Someone will need to correct me on that. Apparently, there is a reason for this. He is inspired by a supposedly famous Dutch DJ. So that's why Frenagamo is no longer Pro Opa. So we wish you luck in your new gamer tag. Hopefully it gives you a bit of luck out on track. Currently all the way down in 11th place in the championship. You gotta switch things up maybe to get better. I tried that, didn't work. I changed 13 to 15 on my username. No one seems to have noticed still. So yeah, maybe need an extravagant change. We can't big this guy up, can we, and then not watch him go for a lap. So let's watch Frenagamo go for a lap as he crosses the line. He's on the mediums, like a few others have been. And yeah, let's see what he can do in the black and gold Haas. Frankly, I cannot wait to see the back of this thing. I hate it. I can't wait till February when we get to see the new, beautiful Haas. It's going to be so beautiful. And it will be so beautiful after this. Honestly, it's ugly. I do not like you. You put shame on black and gold cars, Haas. Mind you, it's more Rich Energy's fault for the, you know, colour scheme, but, you know, we were all bigged up that this thing was going to look incredible. And they used so little gold on the paint, it's criminal. A bit like Rich Energy, when you think about it. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. All is looking alright so far on the lap. We'll see when he finishes it what the time's going to be at the end. Down in P18, friends, so I mean, you can't really go much lower, I guess. He just has. And probably will again, unless he keeps his lap valid. But point is, you know, he'll only ever improve from this. And up to the line he comes. 10th fastest on their mediums. We've seen quite a mix of compounds in the early stages. It'd be very interesting to see what these guys go on at the end. I would have thought it would be soft compound tyres you see for qualifying, but maybe that's what they're all bigging up to. Maybe they're just looking to waste a set of tyres before we get going. Dexter, currently top of the timing sheets as it stands, so let's watch him go for a lap on board with the man 26 points off the championship lead. He cannot take it tonight because he hasn't won a single race all season, so even if the two Alfa Romeos don't get to the line, he wins with the fastest lap. He'll only be equal and not ahead due to the fact that he has no wins. And Stroblon has, I think, 4, or is it 3? 3 or 4. Point is, it's more than none. But still, looking to finish the season off on a high. Certainly, very much possible that he can win the title still. You just never know. The Alphas may just fight it out too much. We could see a Hamilton 07 style situation where the underdog nicks in and takes it at the last moment. Well, you know what I mean. It's a Hamilton 07, Raikkonen 07. Alonso is sort of there as well. Many people forget about him, but he was also there, you know. Alonso, remember him? Anyway, is that enough? Banging on. Let's see if Dexter has a decent lap. I know it says out lap. It's not one, I promise you. He's gone faster. 1 minute 16 dead now. What about Camu Babo? Up, but not by enough so far. We'll see what his last sector's like. Stays tighter to the inside than Dexter did, but doesn't improve his position. Doesn't improve the time, no. Bridges that gap to the cars behind. Here's Daniil. That's... We'll see if that stays valid. I'd be surprised if it does. But you never know. You never know. As he heads through the stadium section. A very dead looking stadium section. I don't think the game does this stadium section anywhere near as much justice as it deserves, honestly. Anyway, Daniil up towards the line. What's the time going to be? 1 minute 19 dead. And he's 15th at the moment. Here's Monkey Meg on a lap. He is again on the softs. Let me see what everyone's best time has been on. You can see how much of a mess that is so far. It's really difficult to sort of tell what they're going to do. I mean, if we have a grid starting like this of all these different tower compounds about, that would be very interesting indeed. But I imagine it'll probably get a bit more red towards the end of the session. It already is getting a bit more red, isn't it? But yeah. Through the middle sector though, Monkey Meg, watching his lap of course. I've seen a few people have been derating on that run out to the final corner. That does cost you. It does cost you towards the line. So these guys have got to be careful that they don't do that. We'll see if Monkey Meg's got enough. I don't think he will. You've got to do a bit of saving. If I was saving, it'd be at the start of the middle sector where you got the slower corners, and even in the stadium section itself. Really wide entry on the final corner. It's Crazy Flying Rob. Has he gone off just ahead? Is that why he had to slow down? Look for him here. Don't know where it is actually. Honestly, sector 1 now it says. So has he just hit retire? Has he hit something? I don't know. Really know what's happened now. We don't really have a good view of it, unfortunately, because you can't see him. Ah, sorry, I saw Tim in the chat asking a question about damage. I think we're on full damage for this. Sorry, I didn't see that. Beesman's on a lap, he's just started one. We'll catch up with him later on. Let's see how Gaming King does first. And we'll see if he derates up towards the line or not. This final braking zone is very deceptive. You can always feel you can go wider than you actually can. It can sometimes put you in the wall. Did it to Valtteri Bottas in the real life qualifying, but these guys, I don't think they've done that yet, unless we saw Christopher Rob just hiding in the wall. I couldn't see him. Anyway, Biesma down through the first sector. He's got to make it up in the middle in the third. Currently 0.2 of a second off Dexter, who's making the perfect impression for his comeback fight in the title race. I say comeback fight, he really has been the guy on the move in recent races. I don't think Japan went particularly well, but he was certainly the guy before that making moves. Biesma going quicker now in the middle sector. Just has to gain a few more hundredths and he'll be on to provisional pole position. Derates and takes a wider line. That loses you so much time, but he goes fastest anyway, so plenty of time there to gain based on how he took that last corner. At least a 10th in it. No, anyone else on a lap? We've got Jess on a lap. Let's see how she's getting on in the Toro Rosso, having her best season in ILR so far, and up by 0.3 on this current lap. Her teammate TC up in 5th in the standings, which is something that Toro Rosso aren't really used to being this high. But hopefully the results will keep improving. I said Jess has been in the points a few more times this season than maybe she even expected. So yeah, certainly on the up. And through the middle sector, up by half a second now. That'll put her into top 10 as it stands, if she can just keep that pace. Mind you, there's a lot of laps to go on soft tyres, you would expect. We are in the closing stages now. People will be either preparing to come out of the pits or out of the pits on our out lap. But here comes Jess to go P8 at the line. See if she can hold that. I think I see a Mercedes in the background. Indecisive starting a lap on old used mediums. Interesting. Monkey Meg had a bit of traffic trying to get by Ferry Ellis, and he's on his lap and he is last at the moment. He hasn't got a single time on the board, so he just has to keep going. He has to get something on the board. He's struggling at the moment. Where's Jacko? Jacko's in the wall. That's where he is, and that is a big blow for his qualifying. He's got to get in that pits and get in there quick. I think for his sake there should be just enough time to fix that front wing, but we'll wait and see. But he's binned it on the exit of the stadium section. Makes his qualifying end a bit more stressful. Let's see how Monkey Meg's getting on. Is he still going with a lap? He is indeed, but well, has he got enough ERS in the tank to get another one in? I'm sure he'd probably want to. He's about 2 seconds off the pace right now. He's in P10. Certainly lost a lot of time in that middle sector. He'll be going over to get the slipstream from that Ferrari, but he's actually not. He's not doing that. I thought he would, but he decided not to. TC in the middle sector. To die at the end of the middle sector. Let's see if he's up by anything. Yes, up by enough to get him a position or two, if he can keep it up. 2 minutes to go in qualifying here in Mexico City for the Mexico Grand Prix. People often call it the Mexican Grand Prix, but for some reason it's called the Mexico Grand Prix. It'll be called the Mexico City Grand Prix next season, as 2 Dice say 7th. There's certainly a lot of weird naming going on, I must say, for this track, but there you go. Anyway, TC's on a good lap. Let's see if he can get himself up at the front. It's P3. Not a bad lap there for the Toro Rosso driver. Baza, how is he getting on? Remember him? He was once in the title fight as TC promptly retires after that lap. He was happy enough. Baza has become a real outsider. In fact, he could fall out of the title race tonight if he has a bad one. And he was the early pace setter. He's currently 1.6 seconds up on his lap, which needs him 8 more to find. And well, if you're going to base up his first 2 sectors, he actually should find it in this last sector. But Baza really needs some late charge, because if he, actually no, he can't quite drop out of it. Camu Babu goes fastest, by the way. Still waiting for other times to come through, of course. Baza now goes P2. I say Baza can drop out. Actually, no. The earliest he can drop out is next week. The potential is that Biesma down could all be out of it by the end of this week. But yeah, we're at that late stage now. Beesma though, taking the wide line again, this time to open the lap. Dexter, however, is further ahead. Let's watch him, because he is sort of more important in the title fight. No offence to Beesma, of course. But that's a nice toe that Dexter might get. Although he did go wide, wasn't the most comfortable run there for him. And he's down as well. He's just got to keep at it as Baza lets him go. Decisive has retired, so something's happened to him. Has he just given up, or has he had an accident? Beesma didn't see a time for his first sector. You know what, I wish we could have more people as times on the same time like real F1. I wish we could just have the real F1 graphics. Strawblonde's a bit further back, and Monkey Meg has got a lap in, but he's now been disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. Oh man, he's had a tough day so far. Beesma is up. Beesma's up by enough. What about Dexter? D-rating. He will D-rate. He will get to the line. No, it's nowhere near pole in the end. It's only P4. But will Beesma be able to put his Ferrari onto pole position? Don't forget, we've still got Straw Blonde out on the lap. His teammate's only 6th. Beesma's only 2nd. He lost a bit of time in that last sector. Surely Straw Blonde has to do something here. The Alpha's only 6th and 7th. Bit of an off day for them. Dexter ahead of both of them as it stands. Let's see if Straw Blonde can get anything to work here. It doesn't look like he's really pushing, does it? He's pitting. So Alfa Romeo start only 6th and 7th with Dexter in 4th place, but Camu Babo's on pole position for the Mexico Grand Prix, and my timing screen is spazzing out. I can't even go and see our pole setter. There we go, he's in the pace, that's why. As we all retire, hopefully this will load quickly and stuff. You know, there we go. Don't even know if Jack got another lap in, thinking about it, because obviously he had the accident. I don't know. So this is why the Alfa Romeos are where they are. They're both on the mediums. That is important to note. And they're good times mediums in the top 10, 6th and 7th. And Gaming King as well on mediums and 10th. The rest of the top 10 are Kamababu, Beesma, Baza, Dexter, TC, and then Tudai and Jess. The others in the top 10. Jess and TC doing well for Toro Rosso there. And Racing Points up there too. Outside top 10 you got Jacko, Daniil, Murdoch, Frenagamo, Indecisive, Speedwood, Ferry Alice, Chris Van Rob, Monkey Meg, followed by Mr. John, followed by his teammate Monkey Meg, Williams on the back row of the grid. Where have we seen that before? I don't know if that's actually happened in an ILR race yet. Since the Williams disastrous downfall of hell. Be interesting to look up that. But you know one thing that certainly hasn't happened in ILR8 yet, as far as I'm aware. We haven't got all 20 cars to the finish. This is a race where I would imagine you're not going to get that many retirements. So, I don't want to be that guy to put all the expectation on these guys just for there to be a massive accident in turn 1. But I've got faith. This will be the ILR8 20-man finish. It's got to happen before the end of the season, right? It's got to. They've been the cleanest tier of them all. I've just got to say it. They have been. It's going to happen. Anyone's going to be here. It's never going to happen in ILR1. I'll tell you that for sure. I hope we don't get any grid glitches though. It's certainly been a feature of ILR8 this season, more than other tiers. And look at how messy this tyre selection is at the back. 3 drivers on the hards, 2 on the mediums, and then the rest on the softs. That is very difficult to keep track of, but yeah, we've got a massive variety of tyres on the grid. Probably the most variety of the whole season, really. So this is going to be a bit of a mess when it comes to strategy. It'll be difficult to keep track of it, but let's go through the grid once again. Camu Babu on pole position, from Beesma 2nd, Baza 3rd, and Dexter 4th. Still probably has the best helmet on the grid, honestly. TC in 5th, Splinter 6th, Strawblonde 7th, Tudai 8th, Jess 9th, and Gaming King 10th. These two have got nice helmet designs as well, has to be said. Jacko 11th, Daniil 12th, Murdoch 13th, Fernagamo 14th, Indecisive in 15th, Speedwood 16th, Ferry Ellis, Crazy Fan Rob, Mr. John, and Monkey Meg. Right then, chat. Let's see what yours are all saying. Didn't check it in like 10 minutes, so hopefully we've got some interesting things. Do you know who I haven't seen on the stream, in streams recently? I haven't seen my boy McMahon. Where is McMahon? Huh? He's gone missing. Can we have a search warrant out for McMahon, please? Thank you. Ah, you see, this is it. I would say, yeah, this would be a race where we might get a safety car. I just had that feeling, but then that would instantly mean that I don't think we're going to get 20 cars to the finish. Corey wants Jacko to win. But here we go on the grid. I'll have to look at the chat later on because we're getting these guys on the back of the grid now. Williams at the back, McLaren at the front, followed by Ferrari. That's a flashback, isn't it? How times have changed since the old days of the 1990s. One thing that doesn't change though ever is that the racing here is absolutely ridiculous, and we got 5 lights on. ILR in 2020 is go. The front row seemed to have a really poor start there. I wonder if Dexter's going to have a good run, because it's one of the longest runs, and I think Murdoch's having all sorts of accidents. We are 4 wide towards turn 1. Baza needs a late resurgence. Which of these 4 are going to get into turn 1 first? Looks like Baza is going to get into the lead here. Camu Babo alongside, but what a start for Baza into the lead. Dexter got held up a bit there, and we've got all sorts going on at the back. So many cars having trouble. Indecisive have got some penalties, but look at this, we've got 4 cars off the track in the early stages here. Lots of strategies have just been ruined here, and Indecisive's got no front wing whatsoever. And these guys are side by side into the middle sector, and that looks like a lot of pitters on lap 1. There were crashes on the main straight. I'm pretty sure I saw Murdoch bouncing alongside other cars straight off the line, and he has got a lot of front wing damage. Biesma currently on the back of TC. Baza though, well, he needs that late resurgence, and he has got it. He is fantastic off the line. The guys in the front row just did not get away. Baza had the better line as well. With where Dexter was, if he stuck one up the inside, it could have been a complete disaster, you know. So yeah, good driving from all of them though, at the front anyway, to keep it nice and clean. Baza now has to try and pull away. We've got no retirement, surprisingly enough, so far. Dexter's just got by Biesma, and that looks like Camu Babo being overtaken by TC. But a very laggy TC, it has to be said. He is having troubles. He has got the alien indicator. That is not me, for once, as Indecisive struggles with his internet connection. He doesn't count as a retirement though, okay? It doesn't count. It does not count. It will not count. It's still 20 people and none of them have been blanked out yet. We've got 6 in the pits on lap 1. Less than I thought there would be, actually. Look at it. The carnage at the start. And look at that. That is Camu Babo on the inside. Is he going to get through there? We're going to see him facing backwards, or is this all just thanks to the lag? Because TC really is struggling with this. I'm surprised I haven't seen anyone really complaining about him yet, but maybe we will after the race. But here comes Dexter. He's got to take his chances here. He's in this challenger fight. He's ahead of the Alfa Romeos. One of them, of course, was involved in the incident with Straub on the challenger later, so this is good for Splinter. But if Dexter can just get a move on, he could really put himself right up there in the championship, and this gap looks like it's going to get nice and close once again. But Splinter is pushing himself up the grid. Further up he goes, bigger that gap in the championship is in effect. But Dexter on the move as well. This will be interesting to see, because remember, Splinter is on the soft, the harder compound tire, the mediums compared to the rest of them on the softs. As Biesma has a look on the inside of Camu Babo. Dexter has got clear, but Baz has got even further clear. 2.2 seconds at the front, and we've got Yellow Flies. Crazy Fan Rob is the first retirement of the day. There he goes, exit of the S's. I said that's where it's going to be most difficult today. And we've got one car in there already. Wonder how many of them we'll see today. Back up with these guys though. Looks like TC's pulled away a little bit so he can breathe easy for a moment, and we can all breathe easy now because we've got a virtual safety car, not quite a full safety car. Don't think it's worth it for anyone to pit on this lap, but you never know. You never know. Now what Dexter's doing now, it looks like he's put the anchors on a lot more than the others. I wonder if he's planning on just flooring it the second it says VSC ending. He'll save up the delta and just go for it and catch everyone off guard. He, I guess, is hoping that this will go on the main straight and he can just floor it straight away. Of course, I don't get told when it's about to go. The drivers do. I'm just having to keep an eye on this graphic as there's a few people swapping places. I don't know how these people manage it. Look at the front wing damage on Gaming King there. I'm surprised he hasn't pitted, if anything. But let's see. Dexter, he has got his foot down. He has got his foot down. And we are going green, so he did get what he wanted there. No one could challenge him. Yellow sector 3 already. We're all green. Nothing's going wrong. Good stuff. Looks like Jacko was caught a bit off guard. He might get overtaken by 2 drivers here. And indeed he does. Will Gaming King get Speedwood? Hey, he's not going to get that slowed down, surely. Straight off the track he goes with that front wing damage. And surely Speedwood has to get back past. Maybe Jacko won't. We'll see. Oh, they're touching on the sides on the way down the straight. DRS now, of course, enabled. The virtual safety car doesn't delay the start of DRS, luckily. And so it's nothing to worry about. And Jacko, what was that, lad? Ugh. You better not be doing that in karting. I'm keeping an eye on you for this now. Mind you, I'll be so far behind when we go karting, it doesn't really matter. But, still. Right then, Baza. I think he has still only got 1 race victory this whole season. He's got to change that. But TC is catching. And we could be on for another one of these long fights that we love racing for. I'm hoping so anyway. This track's one that's good for that. Spencer is putting himself into contention as well. There's Bezo, gets himself way too wrong-footed in the braking zone. Big slide on the exit, keeps him ahead. Maybe we'll get the fight that the real F1 didn't get. That's what we all hope, right? It is just so difficult to follow in the middle sector though, you can see it really. It's tough to keep a close gap. Spencer there, you'll see the understeer. Indecisive is flying along at the back. He's on new soft compound tyres, so that'll be why. Why am I a pleb? Why am I being called a pleb in the comments? Look at TC, he is closing right out of Baz. He's closed about a second. But Dexter's right with him. Dexter really is playing this into his own hands beautifully today so far. And Spencer, will he get the move done at last? Yes. TC, will he finally lag into Narnia? We'll wait and find out. He's very low on ERS. Dexter not as low. Could help him get by. As Speedwood gets past Murdoch. Front wing damage on the Ferrari. You can see where his front wing's laying there. Turn 1 in fact. I don't think it's Speedwood's, is it? No, it isn't. It's his. So yeah, you can see the battle scars. They are evidently there. TC, look at him. He's got 3 ERS through there. Dexter's got 0. That's really going to help him a lot. It'll give him the extra oomph down the main straight, which he needs to get by. Who hopefully won't have to worry about a laggy Toro also when he gets by. We'll have to wait and see though. Will TC get DRS? Oh, he might, you know. He might. We'll see. He doesn't. This is Dexter's opportunity. If he gets by here, then he'll start getting some DRS on Baza as well. Has he got a run? Will he go for it on the inside? he shows himself, but TC stays ahead. Camu Babu's right on this as well. Top 4 all in DRS with each other, sort of going in and out for TC, but certainly Dexter and Camu Babu, if they got ahead, I'd imagine would catch up to the back of Baza. So TC in effect is a cork in the bottle in this fight, and look at Camu Babu showing himself at the rear of this pack, trying to spot a gap to go through. Of course, the pole sitter had a dreadful start, didn't he? He got overtaken down to third or fourth straight off the line. But yeah, he's going to try and find a way back himself. Spencer will be wanting to catch as well. He'll be hoping his tyres just have the better life. And look at this, TC's gone wide. And Dexter waited no time whatsoever. He's got himself ahead into second place. Baz has got decent ERS though, so he should be alright in the main straight. But Dexter will be absolutely flying right now. He's got to be flying right now. He's got no choice. Renegama's got a 3-second time penalty. Actually, we'll see quite a lot of penalties though today. And Spencer's now got by Camu Babu, who pits. Undercut time there. No DRS for Dexter, so let's see how these pitters do. The front row coming to the pit lane. And that looks to me like a 2-stop. So will it be soft, medium, soft, or soft, medium, medium, something like that? That makes me think that the guys on a 1-stop then will be the ones who started on the hards, which would put Speedwood in a pretty handy position, don't you think? We'll see. Maybe not actually. It'll certainly put him in an alright position. Maybe not a fantastic position, but alright position. Dexter with a penalty, that will not help his case. But he's still on the back of Baz anyway. I think if he gets through, he'll pull away quite quickly. It's just about when the pit stops are going to be. Gaming King's right on the back of Murdoch at the moment, by the way, as well. And he's got so much front wing damage still. They both have quite a bit of front wing damage. So they'll be fighting both of them quite compromised, you could imagine. Let's go back to the front guys though. Is Dexter within striking distance? Murdoch's got a penalty. Indecisive's gone, and there's been an accident on the main straight, has there? Hard to get a good angle of it. Hopefully these two come across it. This will stop. This will stop any overtaking. Dexter, his teammate having an accident there with Ferrialis. You can't pass. You can see where they are, and he does indeed slow down. So they've crashed on the main straight. Oh, he's hit the back. And Daniel's had an accident as well. It's all going off here. And what's happened down at turn 1? Nothing happening too much. It's just a few pit stops. But Dexter tapping the back of Baza. No yellow flags at this part of the track. But Dexter is not close enough. What about Spencer? He is not close enough to TC either. But this is starting to get quite heated. But I'd love to know how they managed to have an accident on the main straight, them two. Indecisive and Ferrialis. A very odd accident indeed. And two more drivers out of the race. Daniel speeding in the pit lane, the usual. We always see that happening, don't we? When damage is involved. Camu Babu and Gaming King and Murdoch, sorry, are all fighting away. And Gaming King's just cut the corner, got by, and trying to get by 2 for 1. That's not the most legal move I've ever seen in the world, but it is a move. And Murdoch's down into P8. Wonder the Sures that I've anything to say about that. But this is the 2 fights that we should be looking at right now. Will we see these guys pitting? We will see Dexter pitting. But as if looked like he was thinking about it. TC stays out. Of course, Spencer will stay out. Will Spencer get by TC? Here he goes. He should be much more confident on the brakes with the age of his tyres compared to TC. They'll just have more braking power, I would imagine. And he has indeed got through into P2 now. Beesma, Gaming King and Murdoch were all very close. Murdoch's fallen way back on them tyres though. We've got a guy coming to the pits. That is Dexter. Camu Babu does not undercut. And it is a set of mediums. I know there's softs on the car, but it is honestly mediums, trust me. I imagine he'll probably take sauce at the end or something. Indecisive left the session. I just wonder, you know, if Splinter starting on these mediums is going to do a 1-stop to hards. Because he's got plenty of pace. He'll hold that for a while, go onto the hards maybe, and get himself to the end of the race on a 1-stop. He's certainly played himself well into position here, and this would put him in a great championship position. He is in a great championship position, regardless, thanks to what happened to his teammate, as Baza pits. Did not look like a quick lap from him. TC into the pits as well. So early on the limiter, lost a lot of time there, but these two might well be behind Dexter once it's all over and done with. But Camo Babu, he fancies the move on Dexter as well. This could be another four-way fight into turn one. We know what happened last time. Dexter got a bit screwed over, didn't he? Where is Baza? He's behind both of them. But will it be Camo Babu or will it be Dexter who's in the net lead of this one? Here comes Camo Babu on the outside. He's going to get it. Camo Babu back into the net race lead. Good stuff. And Beesma got by Baza as well. Baza had a terrible few laps there and is falling down to, I think, net fourth. So not good there for Baza. He's got plenty of ERS though, he can fight back. Interestingly, Dexter is the one who's got the least ERS in all of this, as I see Jamie's in the chat. Hello, Jamie. See you become more regular in these streams. You should get back into commentary business. For memes, more than anything else. Gaming King penalty, I swear I've seen it happen 3 or 4 times. Is he going to be getting the McMahon award today? Look at him. Well, saying that, Neil's just got a 5-second penalty, so I don't know. The McMahon award is going to be quite contested tonight, I reckon. Right, let's go back to Dexter. He's got to get a move done, surely. But look at this, Camo Babu is coming to his teammate. It's good stuff for him there. Gaming King, another penalty. He's going to get disqualified. He might genuinely win the McMahon award on default. He's got another penalty and he's retired. So we'll never find out if he's going to win the McMahon award. Well, he might still have enough actually to get the McMahon award. Let's check if he's going to get the McMahon award. I'm interested now. Will he get the McMahon award? Just, you know, so far. Yeah. I think he might get the McMahon award. That'd be what, 24 seconds of penalties at least. So probably actually 26. I think it's on the McMahon award today. Yay. Right. Camo Babu didn't get by his teammate. That surprises me, you know. I thought they'd be working more together, but this is actually backing Camo Babu into Dexter. Well, Andre's side will be thinking, what on earth are these two doing? Zach Brown's already had a heart attack. And, yeah, they've got to get something done here over the McLaren team. Speedwood now lets Camo Babu through, and the blocking game begins. And well, that is more like it. That's more like it. That's what you'd expect from Speedwood there. Look at that. Look at that. He's really backing him into the pack. And he's going to be staying out for a bit. He wants his teammate to win the race, and well, can you really blame him? But here comes Dexter, has lost nearly 2 seconds as a result of all of this. But neither all streaming past, but I think he's done his job there, has Speedwood. Done his duty. We'll see if Dexter can now catch up. I must say, we're seeing a lot of contenders for the McMahon Award tonight. I know I've mentioned this 7 or 8 times in the last minutes, but there are a lot of contenders. You know, as you all know, this is the most important thing. Right? Well, hold on a minute. He went for that there, did Baza? That would have been an accident of gigantic proportions. It has to be said. But it wasn't in the end. He really is losing loads of time to Baza. He was right up at the front earlier on in the race, but I don't think he's going to be up there again until the end, unless he tries something with strategy himself. TC as well, staying out. They've both really been a bit screwed over there. Beesman not going to get by, but Baza will get by. I mean, that's no surprise that Baza gets by, but look at the time he's losing right now. And Dexter now is starting to close that gap a tad, but he doesn't want to close it too much with the ERS because then that'll bog him down and it'll be trouble and stuff. TC gets by Speedwood as well, or does he? He doesn't because of lag. Lag, the problem as usual for him at the moment. What a mess that is. He's just jutting about. I probably shouldn't be on board. I might give someone sickness of some variety. Many varieties, how about that? Many varieties of sick. But Splinter, he is definitely on a one-stop. There's no way he can't be. Well, he's got his pit light on, so he should be pitting on this lap, or at least a lap around now. And that tells me that, yes, it will be 2 stops for the 4 behind him. But, yeah, I must say, Splinter looking like he's going to be the guy on the attack once he comes out of the pits. He will want to obviously be at the front of this train, because once he pits, he's done, really. He is done. These guys all have one more to go. He's going to have to get a gap quickly, because obviously then it'll be the reverse. He will be the one under attack at the end. But it has to be said, he is making this work. I think he is going to win the race, Splinter. We just have to wait and see how much he gets held up, but he is playing this to perfection. You can imagine his team would have done the same thing as TC tries and succeeds in getting past Speedwood. Jack has got a penalty. He's in the fight. So penalties happen in fights. But will Splinter pit? Because this should be what decides the race. I don't see him losing it, honestly. As Finnegamu gets a penalty. Splinter will stay a little bit longer. It is important to see if he can, say, get these 20 laps in, maybe 22 or 23, then the guys behind might just try and risk staying out. But certainly, you know, somebody like Baza or TC, maybe that's why he stayed out this few laps longer, to get the one stop, make it viable, because that would put them back in the lead again. Beesma, DRS, that's what's getting nice and close to Dexter. Saves his ERS as well. It could make him a decent threat later on in the Ferrari. But yeah, Spencer and Dexter making nice gains on Straw Blonde today. Issue is Spencer is 24 points ahead of Dexter anyway. So Dexter would still be 34 points behind in the fight for the championship after this one. So he'll still lose plenty of ground. Puts him in danger of being knocked out of the title race by the next round. This really could be the race that defines Splinter's championship win. Unless something catastrophic happens to him, but we'll have to just wait and find out. You don't know these things if you don't watch and find out. Stays out another lap though. Yeah, I remember when this race was looking good. It's sort of gone a bit wrong. I got Austin Badgerman to cover ILR1 when we bit the ILR4 commentator can't make it, so he was my freedom from boring Mexico, but then he went and decided to be bored on his own, which, you know, you do you and all that, but finally I started complaining. Now we're getting something. Dexter, net leader, still technically is Camo Babu, although on strategy terms you could well say that Splinter's got this one locked out easily, because I'm not really gaining on him despite being on near tyres. But it would be hard tyres at the end versus potentially soft tyres. So certainly could close to the end. Looks like we're getting some cloud cover, although Jakku said that it would be dry the whole race, so I'm going to assume that this cloud cover will not lead to rain. Jack could be wrong though. You never know. You just never know. Beesma hasn't not using his ERS yet. He's just waiting until these guys ahead start fighting, I imagine. Splinter still doesn't pit. This is building well for medium compound runners. It gives them a good choice. It's either stay out on the mediums or pit and floor it to hell on potentially 3 seconds a lot quicker softs compared to hards. Something like that. Do you go for track position here or do you go for outright speed? I would be going for right speed. So I'd expect these guys to all go on the sauce at the end and catch, you know, 3 seconds a lap on hards. That would be what Splinter's on. But here comes Dexter. He's not using his DRS as he got a failure. That'd be a real disaster for him. He would have had enough to get by. He'll have a look, but he didn't use the DRS. Tudai pits after 9 laps, or after 10 laps, sorry, on the soft compound tyres, and he puts on a brand new set of mediums. Speed. Whoa, no! Dexter's gone into the side there of Camo Babu, too late on the brakes, and he loses a couple of positions. Is this where his championship hopes start to fall apart as well? It really is. This day is getting better and better and better for Splinter at the moment. He's now done half the race on these tyres. He might as well pit. What is there stopping him? He's just gained 2 seconds on the pack. That'll be music to his ears. And absolutely eye candy to look at on his timing screen to see that he's just gained a chunk of time. Thanks to Dexter making that move. It could be a title costing move. But Calabawa was looking at the spin off there. Baza, by the way, has caught up on this now. He is getting there. Dexter is going to have to start moving again. He's now lost 2 positions, which is crucial. But I must say the cloud cover is quite a lot. It's front wing damage as well, is it, for Dexter? It is indeed. Oh man. Mediums to the end. No, it's not actually. He's making his second pit stop now. Okay, good. I was worried it'd be front wing damage, but no. He's going to now have to try and salvage this. And what better way to do that than just stick it in the pits and hope for an undercut? It worked earlier. So, yeah, I guess that's his only option now. He has to hope he gets into a good spot, which he does. No one's going to pass him. He's got to absolutely floor it. But it means he does not get the option of a sauce at the end, which is what I would have thought he'd wanted. But, yeah. It certainly gives these 3 the upper hand, doesn't it? And TC as well, to an extent. Right, Splinter, what's taking you so long? You see, him standing out like this makes me think that he's also going to go into the softs. I'd be surprised. I'd be very surprised, actually. But at this stage of the game, that is what he's going to be doing. Unless it rains. Which he could do. Beesman's now got loads of BRS. He's got a working DRS. Is he going to go for the move? It would be ambitious. And that's why he hasn't went for it. So that's 18 laps for Gamu on them tyres. Obviously less than Splinter, who's still rolling on with these and having a lovely old time on them, it must be said. He is now starting to lose a bit of time, but it's only time that he'd gained earlier thanks to the accident anyway, so really it's still a net gain. Really is working out well for him. And yeah, he is going for softs. He has to be. It makes no sense to not go for it now. Right then, something happen. Beesman, make it happen. Put that ARS up, fella. Or don't. So, well, this is going to be my point up again then. If Splinter is going to go and try softs at the end, that means he's going to have to do a few more laps, and that would in turn mean that Baza possibly could be in the best position to take advantage of it, because he can take those mediums to the end then. We sort of effectively have confirmation that they can get there. These mediums are 3 laps older. That could be the difference between blowing up and getting to the end, you know, that could be the difference. But certainly from what we can see with Splinter, soft to medium and medium to soft, it does actually work, and that surprises me, honestly. I'm surprised, but I'm sure we'll see someone else try something. Strobel on there, getting by Jacko. they're gonna want to get to the end, aren't they? Stroblon will anyway. On these tyres, he's sort of got no choice. He has to salvage some points. And there goes Jacko down the inside. He doesn't quite get the move. Splinter is definitely still going along. We'll see how many laps he does do, because that'll be a good gauge for how long these guys, especially the two that went for the undercut earlier on, are going to do on these tyres towards the end of the race. Now is Beesman's opportunity, and he knows it. Here he goes. DRS, ERS. Inside. He'll get ahead before the corner, and Beesman back up into second place. Hey, McMahon's finally arrived. Took your time, didn't you? But, better late than never, I guess. Right. Jacko now on the back of Mr. Johnson. Stroblond. If he gets to the end and we get any more pit stops ahead, he could still be looking for a semi-okay result. He will still more than likely lose a championship lead today, but there's still 3 rounds to go after it. Plenty of time to get it back. And we yet to even see what happened at turn 1 for him, really. It was all to the background footage, but yeah, for all we know, it could even have not even been his own fault that he's in this position, so yeah. We really are seeing a ton of penalties today, aren't we? I mean, I know we are to expect that, but this is excessive, people. I mean, just have a look at this page. It just doesn't stop. It's just warning after warning after penalty after penalty after penalty. Oh my god. It's absolute music to my ears, of course, seeing these penalties, because it means I get to give a lot of McMahon Award stuff. My Speedwood makes his first pit stop, and hopefully only pit stop of the day. Mediums or softs? Mediums. That's not really worked out what the thought it would for him, honestly. Earlier on, gets dropped long to another position. Here comes Frenegamu, and ahead goes Frenegamu. Now that is a thing that we should probably look at. I keep going on about penalties. What are the top 3 drivers' penalty situations like? Splinter, oh, isn't that just lovely and clean and beautiful? This, not so much. 2 penalties for Beesma, and Camu Babu has also got 2 penalties. Splinter is on to the softs. Can he do 13 laps on them? Speedwood didn't seem to think he could do 14, but we'll see how 13 goes. TC just about gets him, so that's where he's out. That's where he is, Splinter. P5 on the road. Will he win this race? That is the question. He's got 35 seconds to the car behind, who's Dexter. So he'll be championship leader regardless, but it looks of it today. And it pretty much means that the max of Dexter and Stroblon will finish will be 6th and 7th as well. So that sort of locks these 2 in to an approximate finishing position. Splinter, however, well, has he actually already got the net lead? Baza has a penalty. TC doesn't have a penalty, so TC, I think, is just off the net lead. So I think Baza is currently in the net lead. TC's about a second away from it, and then there's Splinter, who's then again about a second away from it. So it could be Red Bull, Toro Rosso, Alpha, the fight. Monkey Meg gets by Speedwood, so that pit stop has only led to more trouble for him as he gets into a bit of trouble. And Camo Babu speeding when he makes his 2nd pit stop. So he does not think that these mediums will get to the end. That's 1 obstacle out of the way for Splinter, and it's another set of the medium compound tires. Splinter, well, he can't push these too hard early on. That's the issue, because if he does that, then they will almost certainly blow up. Beesman now back in the net lead. And Dexter actually does come out ahead of Babu, so he finally does make the move. He does make the undercut then. Yay! Strawblaw pits, so he decides he's not going to take these hards to the end. He's going to go on the softs instead. Have a bit more fun with it, why don't you? And Splinter, now on the back of TC, the laggiest man on the land. This could go wrong disastrously. Well, that was an anticlimax, wasn't it? Bit of an anticlimax. Right, so Spencer now about a second away from net race leader. Already net second. He's just going to keep the tyres in right now. And that's it. Monkey Meg penalty for multiple warnings. Who saw that coming? Splinter now just 0.3 of a second away from the lead. Let's just run on board with his potentially momentous moment where he puts himself right in the frame for this championship. There he goes in the race lead on penalties. Babu has got back past Dexter. Well then, looks like he has still got some fire in the belly. I thought Dexter would streak a bit clear, but the same that happened last time happened this time. Dexter got ahead originally and then lost it. Murdoch has just got a penalty and he's just lost a position. And he's just caught another corner. So that's a big oopsie. This is the big move, really, because if Splinter gets by Baza, then he is home dry, really. Because he's a bigger threat to me than Beesman, he's just pitted anyway. Question though, will Baza be able to get these tyres to the end? I think, why not? He don't have to go a few laps longer than Splinter did, as Splinter gets past. He's going to fight it. He looks to me like he's thinking of staying up in the long run, but it's not ever going to work out really, so he does lose the lead. Can he stay out? Will Splinter's tyres inevitably start to fall apart? You'd expect it, wouldn't you? Hopefully Splinter knows this. Or hopefully Baza knows this. Hopefully Splinter's got absolutely no idea and we get a hell of a finish. God, we need it. Because we've got nothing else to watch for the next 10 laps, unfortunately. This would be, by the way, Splinter's 4th win of the season. That will put him equal with his teammate Strawblaw. That could be useful for count back at the end of the season, etc. So, yeah, interesting to note that, and important to note that. Just in case it becomes important. You really do never know. But this race, he is just flying. He will win the race, won't he? Even if the tyres fall apart. Now Baz is pitting. Oh, just hand it on a plate to him, why don't you? I would have stayed out. Screw it, stay out. But they haven't decided to do that. Instead, we're gonna get some racing between Beesma and Dexter. Now, where's Baza? He's just, yeah, nowhere. Baza will inevitably catch up, you'd imagine, but Beesman now has got himself ahead of Dexter. I've got a question really, where would Straw Blonde have been if Splinter, if he was still there? Because Splinter, did he start 7th? I think he did start 7th, didn't he? No, he started 5th, sorry, he started 5th, so actually he was the higher of the Alphas, but still, having his team out there with him would have made this much more interesting, I think. Yellows, what for? Daniil. Oh dear. Luckily, we don't have a lapped cars problem anymore, or else Splinter could well have been a bit of a pickle there, but he was alright. Got through. Healthy. Still has that 16-odd second lead, 17 now that he had before all the pit stops. It's plain sailing to the end of the race for what could be one of the biggest winning margins of the season. Unless the tyres go pop. We'll see how long Frenegamo's tyres go. He's going to be our reference. B's my fastest lap. He's now on the back of Camo Babo. Shall we have a look and see who's got the most penalties at this stage of the game? Yes, I'm bored. Splinter, I assume he's still got none. He's only got one warning the whole race. Camo Babo has got 11 seconds worth of penalties. Beesma has got 6. Dexter 6. Baza 3. TC 0. 2 die 3. 9. Sorry, 9. Monkey Bag 6. Speedward, shockingly only 6 for the amount of warnings he's got. Frenagamo 9. Straw Blonde 0. He's gonna wish he didn't have the accident, isn't he? 6 for Mr. John. Jacko 3, 6, 9. Not as bad as I thought it'd be, actually. Murdoch, however, has just got 15, so he's bucked that trend. Jess, not a single warning. Good stuff. Right. That's a lot. He's got at least 5 penalties. That tells you all you need to know. Gaming King is there a move going on now? We have got a move going on now. Beesman's got by into second place. Good stuff there from him. Getting us up ahead. We'll just kind of look at Monkey Meg. He'll be our background footage while we quickly conclude the penalty session. Gaming King has at least 25 seconds, I think. He's out of the race, like, but yeah, that was how his race went. Farias got none, and Indecisive only got 5 seconds, and yeah, I think we've got Gaming King winning the McMahon Award, although Daniil, he's ignoring yellow flags, ignoring blue flags. Was it ignoring yellow flags or ignoring blue flags? He ignored something. I think it was ignoring blue flags, so he's going to get a few more penalties on there. Splinter is just sprinting away, having no real issues here. Only got 6 to go. As long as he keeps it nice and smooth, he should be clean under the finish. And where is Ferragamo? That's where he is. I think he went off the track there. Lost that P10, P9 anyway. Mr. John, we saw that one. That was naughty. Don't be doing that again. Let's look who's the biggest gainer in this race. This Ferragamo gets a 5-second penalty now. Biggest gainer is actually Monkey Meg. That's surprising. I didn't think it'd be him, but there you go. From last place, he got disqualified in qualifying. Don't really know why, but he did. Apparently he was parked in a dangerous position. Don't really know what happened there. He might have spun off or something, you know, and got in trouble for that. But no, he's looking at making it 13 spots gained. As Beesman gets another penalty. That was nearly wheel binding there on the straight. Not the most comfortable overtake you'll ever see, but he's got it done. 5 to go. Please, Ed. Unfortunately, Mexico on this track is just not one for racing, is it? You can just never get the best racing unless there's a significant tire advantage, like we've got here. Then you can't get moves done. Even at that, it's still difficult to get moves done. Daniil really getting that McMahon award. He's trying for it now. I'm convinced he's just trying for it now. Remember, we've got ILR4, ILR5, and the big one, ILR1, coming up after this at 8 PM. I will be covering ILR1, Jess will be covering ILR5, and we've got big man Austin, the Badger man, carrying ILR4 to its high view status. I wouldn't be surprised, he's a very good commentator. Austin, when everyone from the other two Thursday 8 PM tiers can be in the corner box to say there's no, he's a reserve for ILR4 today as a friend again, I guess by. When he isn't reserving for the other two 8 PM tiers, he will be in the ILR1 commentary box with me. So I guess expect that for us, for Austin, for Brazil and for Abu Dhabi. So that could be a cool ILR1 lineup. Baz on the back of Dexter. Should have a good chance on these tyres. They're all holding up okay. But Baza is not quite close enough on the move. He's getting a good run though for the first few corners, and on the exit of 3, here he goes. And ahead he goes. P4. Daniel with another penalty. Ah, he's retired now. Why couldn't you have just kept on going? Right, let's count then. 5, 11, 14. That leaves 5 seconds, but I think he might have won the McMahon Award tonight, Daniel. He went for it, he got it possibly. Frenagamo is just taking the fastest lap, so that'll be everyone inside the top 10 thinking nothing, they won't care, but it's the fastest lap they won't get now. It's 2-leg is really wide with Stroblon right behind him on these softs. How are Splinters? The tyres look okay. 3 laps to get them to the end. Let's see if he can do it. And let's see if he can do it at pace as well. I mean, he can afford to lose at this point over 5 seconds a lap. I think that's Strawblon's first penalty of the night, that. Unbelievable, that. They've been plenty cleaning up them two, the Alphas. Hey, Andy's in the chat. Cool, nice to see it. As Strawblon gets by 2 die. Got a lot of the old school people in the chat, it feels like today. I mean, I know Andy's not old school, but he's PS4 old school. Can we go with that? I miss you, Andy. Come back. Do ILR1 with me, because Austin can't. Please. Right, Dexter. Has he got anything to come back on? Or Baz's tyres going or anything? Doesn't look too good. Doesn't look too good for Dexter. He was unfortunate with the way everything went with him today. I know he had the collision with Camu Babu, but he really could have been second. I mean, everything from the start to the collision to the way his pit strategy turned out. Dexter could have been up there in second place. Instead, Splinter's going to come from 6th to win the thing on the best strategy. It has to be said, he got it right in qualifying. He got a good position on those medium tyres and got the 1 stop. And he's doing it successfully right now. He just has to focus on getting these soft tyres to the end now. He can nurse them as much as he wants. He can lose a massive amount of time and still be okay. Even actually, if his tyre blows up on the last lap, he may still have enough gap to make it, and depending where it goes, he's got plenty to play with here. And we'll see him start the last lap. Oh yeah, forget your PS4 is broken, Andy. Oh, that's a shame. I miss the ILR3 days. ILR3 was good fun. F1 2018. I miss that. It was prime ILR banter, that was. Season 4. Oh, take me back. Good memories. Anyway, final lap. Yes. And it is Splinter. I thought it was going to be a medium to hard strategy, but it turned out to be a soft instead. Which is pretty impressive. I didn't think this would be possible, but nor did anyone else. Camu Babu could have went for it. Speedwood could have went for it. But nah, only Splinter really went for this. Mr. John, I guess, to an extent went for it as well. He's yet to finish his lap yet, isn't he? So he will actually be on the same sort of strategy. But it is this guy who's made it work the best. And Finnegan gets another penalty. But Splinter has only got, I think, one warning the whole race. This lead is currently 17 seconds. It's probably going to go up by a little bit as he comes through to the final corners. The confetti flies. And Splinter is going to take back control in the ILR8 Championship. It's the perfect response to Japan as he wins in Mexico. Beesman's a long way behind, and he will eventually come home to finish in second place. We've got some fighting going on with these guys still, and they're fighting away on the final lap. We'll see how these two end up in the end. We'll catch up with them. Beesma finishes a long way behind thanks to penalties. Will Kamababo get ahead? No. Baza had, I think, a lot less penalties. Should have actually got the second here. He only goes up to third. Dexter stays sixth, and TC. I wonder if that's his first podium. That could be his first podium. He kept it clean. I don't think he got a single penalty, so it's worked out for him, that. Good stuff. Toro Rosso on the podium. I'm pretty sure that is the first we've seen that all season. So TC, well done, podium. That puts Dexter down to 6th. And Monkey Meg to the line. Down in 7th, but not 8th, because Straw Blonde, no penalties either, I don't think. So good job from him. Tudor will be 9th. Speedwood will end up 10th. And so it is Splinter, and he lost the championship lead in Japan. He's come here and won the race by a full pit stop, and I think the racing's got a bit wrong, as Jacko's had something go wrong for him there. There's going to be a lot of penalties for Frena. He may end up falling down below 11th, depending on what everyone else has got, of course. Yeah, he does. I think Jacko is still 13th though. Hey, Paul's in the chat as well. Sup? Right then, there's our podium then. Well, at last, I think it's maybe the first time one of Jacko's one-to-watches have won the race. So, might be. I'm not 100%, but it could be. So, yeah, impressive, fair enough. But a totally dominant performance. It might be one of the best drivers of the entire season for any driver. Possibly Speedwood and Singapore would rival it, but definitely a good performance either way. Right, now this is what I've been waiting for. I know no one else has been waiting for it, but I've been waiting for it. The McMahon Award. Who wins it? Who wins the thing? Because there's been quite a lot of harsh competition with this. 23 seconds for Frena. Who has the most? Daniil only has... Wow! Okay, fair enough. How many has Gaming King got? Obviously 5-second penalties may not actually get added. 5-second penalties may not get added. I can't believe this. We've got a controversy over the McMahon Award. This is ridiculous because look at the amount of penalties he's actually got. I might give it... I'm going to give it to Daniil anyway. I'm sorry, I don't care. It's his award. His and Gaming King's, they'll share it, because I'm pretty sure they've got a lot more penalties than what it says on the screen. That's quite a lot of people in the chat who've got no idea what that means, but I don't care. I've got to go get ready for ILR1 now, because, yes, as usual, doing that old double stint, and I don't even get paid. Unreal, unreal. Anyway, cheers everyone for tuning in. That's been ILR8. That has been the Mexico Grand Prix. And I'll be back in approximately 15 minutes time for the next thrilling installment of ILR1. I say that, I mean Lou's probably going to win, isn't he? And if he doesn't, well, that'd be quite fun. Safe travels everyone.